She walked onto the sniper range like a ghost. No makeup, no entourage, just an oil-stained hoodie and a rifle older than the instructor. One of the TikTok-famous sniper angels whispered, loud enough for the livestream mic, "Is she here? To clean the floors or clean our guns?" Laughter. Thousands watched it live.
But by sundown, that same girl would hit a 1,000-yard target with a gun pulled from the school's trash rack, and every bullet she fired would silence 1,000,000 mouths. This isn't a story about revenge. It's about precision, patience, and
the forgotten weapon that remembered how to end a war. Ready to hear it? At Texas Military Tech Academy, legends weren't born, they were engineered. Precision wasn't just a standard here, it was gospel. Steel and sweat, algorithms and adrenaline. And at the top of the food chain, Deadshot Division. It wasn't a team. It was a spectacle. And spectacles had queens. They called themselves the Sniper Angels. 5 girls with flawless aim, perfect makeup, and a combined 1.6 million followers on TikTok and Twitch. Their uniforms? Custom-tailored tactical wear, contour matching, and sponsor-approved. Their rifles? Factory-issued prototypes from brands that begged for exposure. Their training sessions? Full production live streams complete with slow-motion edits, EDM bass drops, donation alerts, and ad breaks. At the center of it all, Madison Cole, blonde braid, tactical eyeliner, a bullet ring on every finger. She didn't just shoot bullseyes. She branded them. Her custom rifle line, Matty Mark, sold out every quarter within 8 minutes of launch. The Sniper Angels didn't train. They performed. Then came Tuesday, and with it, her, no makeup, no followers, no grand entrance, just Emily Tran. Wearing a faded UT Austin hoodie with the hem fraying, cargo pants stained with axle grease, and hair tied in a lazy, uneven knot. Her steps were silent but sure. One hand held a crumpled paper registration, the other a military-grade duffel that clinked, not with tech, not with LEDs or logoed gear, but with something old, something heavy, something forgotten. Madison didn't miss a beat. She turned to the nearest lens, voice just loud enough, eyes gleaming. Who left the janitor's closet open? The live stream chat detonated. LMAO, is that a wrench in her bag? Someone tell her this ain't shop class. Plot twist, she sneezes and hits a drone. Emily didn't blink, didn't smile, didn't look at them. She walked forward, calm like a storm not yet named. Her boots tapped the concrete, tick, 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 like a countdown that only she could hear. Colonel Hayes stood near the entrance to the firing pit, clipboard in hand, voice rough from 20 years of sand and war. He didn't even look up. Name? Emily Tran. Ballistics engineering, right? Yes, sir. You ever fired live rounds? Yes, sir. Quiet, clipped, real. He waved a lazy hand. Orientations on the board. Choose your rifle. To the side, the Angel showed off. Sleek carbon fiber builds, zero recoil systems, AI-assisted scopes that whispered wind speed and calibrated in real time. Emily? She walked past them, past the sponsor wall, past the polished cases, to the back where the forgotten rifles lived. The ones no one touched, dust-choked, rack crooked, paint peeling, like relics from a war the school tried to forget. And there, she found it, an M24 bolt action. Sniper rifle, barrel scarred, sling frayed, scope missing. It looked like it had bled, then rusted, then been buried in shame. Madison chuckled into her mic. Oh, honey, you sure that's not a museum exhibit? Emily didn't reply. She stepped forward, knelt slightly and lifted the rifle, not with force but with familiarity. Like someone brushing dust off a photo they hadn't looked at in years. Like a daughter retrieving her father's dog tags from a drawer no one else opened. And for a flicker of a second, Colonel Hayes looked up. He didn't speak, but he saw it, the way she cradled that rifle, not like a weapon, like a memory. The girls laughed. The chat exploded with memes, gifs, and mockery. She's gonna miss the target and hit Texas. Somebody. GPS tag her bullet just in case. But Emily, she didn't come to play. She came to remember, to finish something, and the rifle. The rifle hadn't forgotten either. That night, the internet did what it always does. It judged, it cropped, it mocked. Clips of Emily standing alone with her relic of a rifle flooded the school's unofficial meme page. The Sniper Angels fans, who called themselves the Halo Nation, stitched the moment Madison made the janitor joke with sound bites of vacuum cleaners and sitcom laugh tracks. Introducing Ghost Girl with her ghost gun. She blinked like she had command line code running behind her eyelids. Bro, she pulled a musket out like it was Gettysburg. Within hours, the name Emily Tran became synonymous with irrelevant. Within hours, she stopped existing, except as a punchline. But Emily wasn't watching. While the others refreshed their notifications, she was in the tool shed behind the old range hangar. Door closed, vent barely breathing, a single workbench, lamp cast shadows over her fingers, long mechanical movements steady as time-lapse. The M24 lay before her, stripped, barrel pulled, bolt removed, scope rings discarded. The rifle didn't shine, it breathed. She cleaned each part with the precision of a surgeon, applied oil with a toothbrush, sanded the trigger guard to bring back its curve, replaced the rotted sling with her father's old belt cut and rethreaded by hand. From a rusted tackle box, she pulled out a small metal case. Inside, a hand-ground glass lens. One she'd cut herself during a summer internship with a defunct optics company in Houston. Not factory-made, not sponsored, just hers. She mounted it onto a salvaged scope frame, then recalibrated it manually with a bubble level and custom-made grid etched onto thin plexiglass. No AI, no sensor. Only physics, only memory. The next morning, the school bulletin lit up with red. Announcement, Deadshot Division Sniper Gauntlet. This Friday, 9 a.m., it was the crown jewel event of the semester. 5 targets. Distances ranging from 200 to 1,000 yards. Only 1 round per target. No second chances. The shooter with the highest cumulative score would win not only a $10,000 scholarship from Kinetic Arms Defense Corporation, but a direct internship pipeline to their National Weapons Development Program. The Sniper Angels were already flexing. Madison posted a video, her team at the range, vaporizing balloons at 600 yards while laughing. Caption, locked in, loaded, and already designing our celebration outfits. Their comment sections turned brutal. Does Emily even know how to spell scope? At least she won't jam. Russ doesn't move fast enough. Emily didn't. Reply. She didn't post. Didn't even open her phone. Each day she arrived at the empty range before sunrise and left after dusk. She didn't shoot much. Instead, she walked. Measured, logged wind patterns, studied the foliage swaying behind the targets, noted how sound echoed between the bleachers. She didn't trust algorithms. She trusted observation. Colonel Hayes noticed. He sat one morning in the far corner of the bleachers, coffee in hand, pretending to check reports. But he watched her lie flat, not to fire, but to listen. She closed her eyes, breathing with the breeze like the rifle itself needed to feel the air before it fired. Why the M24? He asked without preamble. She didn't look up. Because it talks back. He blinked. Explain. It's honest, she said. Every mistake is mine. Every hit is mine. There's nothing in between. No computer whispering lies. Said nothing. But he didn't look away for a long time. By Thursday, tension wrapped around the school like barbed wire. Posters, pop-ups, bets. Everyone picked their favorites. The Angels. Ethan Drake, the reigning male champ. No one even listed Emily. Her name sat at the bottom of the roster. Small, dusty, like the rifle she carried. Friday morning came like a gunshot. The sky was clear, wind was brisk, and over 2,000 people tuned into the live stream before the first shot was even fired. 3 drones hovered overhead. Commentary streamed live via headset. The Sniper Angels strutted onto the field like influencers at a fashion show, rifles slung over their shoulders like handbags. And then, Emily Tran. No. Entrance, no music, no camera crew, just a girl in a hoodie, carrying a rifle that the school had officially declared obsolete 5 years ago. One TikTok comment summarized the sentiment: "If she hits even one target, I'll eat my suppressor." Colonel Hayes looked at Emily one last time before the match began. He didn't speak, but she nodded, and he nodded back. She wasn't here to impress. She was here to aim. The sniper gauntlet began at precisely 09:00 a.m. Each shooter would face 5 targets in sequence: 200, 400, 600, 800, and 1,000 yards. 1 shot per target. No retries, no edits. Everything streamed live, cross-posted on Twitch, TikTok, and the school's internal network. Over 6,000 viewers tuned in during the first 10 minutes. The hashtag $Deadshot Gauntlet trended statewide. The firing line looked like a weapons expo. Sleek, matte black rifles lined up like chrome vipers. The sniper angels wore matching digital camo bodysuits with neon trim. Madison's makeup was matte finish, combat ready, her nails painted in crosshairs. Emily stood at the far end, still in her hoodie. Still carrying the M24 like it was weightless. Still invisible. The commentators didn't mention her once, not even a nod. Target 1, 200 yards, it was warm-up range. Everyone hit, balloons popped, bells rang. Madison's shot clipped dead center in under 1.3 seconds. The crowd clapped, donation alerts flooded in. Emily stepped up, loaded 1 round. Bolt click, exhale, fire. The balloon at 200 yards, whisper popped. Clean hit. But no one noticed. The camera didn't even cut to her. The scoreboard just lit up. Emily Tran, target 2, 400 yards now. The competition started to separate, wind gusted sideways. The field stretched out over a sloped hill with heat shimmer. Angel number 3 misfired. Her bullet veered left. Madison adjusted on the fly and still hit a solid B-zone. Ethan Drake, clean center. Crowd applauded. Emily kneeled, loaded again, took longer. This time, no visor, no wind gauge, just a finger in the air. She closed her eyes, listened to the rustle of grass, then fired. The ping echoed. Direct hit, slightly left of center but clean. A commentator glanced at the feed. Looks like number 12 just scored again. No HUD? Huh. That's unexpected. Livestream chat noticed. Wait, did the ghost girl just hit again? Bro, she's doing this manually? Is that even allowed? Target 3, 600 yards. Now came the real line breaker. At 600 yards, the bullet's flight time stretched to over 2 seconds. Most competitors started relying heavily on digital assistance. Some even had earbuds synced to ballistic AI whispering mid-wind corrections. Angel number 2 shot, missed completely. Angel number 4 hit low. Madison hit near center, but her rifle kicked hard. Her grip faltered for a split second. The slow-mo replay caught. Dirty Twitch chat caught fire. Ethan, steady and professional, hit a strong A-zone. Then Emily stepped up. The rifle looked enormous in her arms. Wooden stock against carbon composite chaos. She lay prone, legs flat, elbows angled. Camera switched to her face for the first time. No expression, just breath. She fired. Silence stretched. Ping. 600 yards. Direct hit. Just on the rim of Bullseye. The scoreboard chirped again. Emily Tran. Crowd started murmuring. Even the commentators now said her name. Shooter 12. Emily Tran, a 3 for 3. Using what looks like a retro M24 bolt action. In the live stream, she just beat Madison on 600. And with a fossil rifle? Girl out here coding bullet physics in her head. Colonel Hayes crossed his arms, didn't smile, didn't blink. But inside, he knew what was coming. Target 4, 800 yards, now only 5 shooters remained. 2 angels had dropped out. Nerves, wind, ego. Emily was tied for second. Quietly, Madison took position. Her new Matty Mark signature rifle gleamed. She fired, hit, but off-center. Her smile faltered. Ethan stepped up. Perfect form. Bullseye. Emily approached. She didn't kneel this time. She lay down, full prone. The wind danced harder now, gusts bouncing between 8 to 12 mph. The target swayed ever so slightly on its chain. No digital scope, no math overlay, just her. She adjusted the elevation ring manually, then used a screwdriver from her back pocket to tighten the mount. Viewers watched in stunned silence. It was like watching someone write an essay with a quill. Then boom, the sound of the M24 was different. Less crack, more thunder. 3 seconds later, ping center mass. Not just a hit, a statement. Commentators froze. Shooter 12 has just matched Ethan, 4 for 4. And then the switch flipped. The crowd noticed. The chat flooded. Wait, is this a Cinderella movie with bullets? I would die for this girl. Someone interview her now. Even the angels turned. For the first time, Madison looked. Actually looked. Emily was no longer invisible. She was inevitable. And now only one target remained. Target 5, 1,000 yards. Only 2 shooters had ever hit it clean in school history. Today, one of them stood 10 feet from Emily Ethan. He adjusted his rifle, his scope glinting under sun. Calm, calculated. He fired. The delay was agonizing. Ping. Slight edge hit. Crowd applauded. Strong shot. Emily walked forward, not rushed, not rattled, just ready. She lay down, read the wind like Braille. The M24 sat against her shoulder like it was born there. She adjusted her cheek rest, set her breathing. One eye closed, one finger on the trigger. 3 seconds passed. Then fire, silence. 3 full seconds. And then, ping, bullseye, dead center. The silence cracked into screaming. Commentators roared. Colonel Hayes stood up. Even the Twitch donation alerts glitched. From overload. Emily Tran, the girl from nowhere using a rifle from the past, had just made history. Silence hit harder than the bullet. A bullseye at 1,000 yards, with a bolt-action M24 from the weapons graveyard, on a windy morning, against drones, smart scopes, and algorithmic assistance. It wasn't just a shot, it was a rupture. Time seemed to stall, even the wind paused to listen. Then, the world caught up. The crowd erupted. Viewers flooded the live stream with reactions, emojis, super chats. On Twitch, she did it? Call her Emily Deadshot. I repeat, the museum gun just won the war. Inside the arena, Colonel Hayes didn't move. He didn't need to. His face said it all, an unreadable mix of pride, suspicion, and something close to reverence. Like, he'd just watched a ghost pick up a flag no one had touched in decades. Madison stood still. For the first time, her face, always camera-trained, always calculated, cracked. Her team was frozen. One angel dropped her scope bag. Another simply looked down at her gloves, as if they weren't hers anymore. Madison took a step forward, then another. Her boots, so confident hours ago, now felt like they weighed 50 pounds each. Emily stood. By the edge of the firing line, back straight, rifle slung casually across her shoulder. She didn't gloat, didn't smile. She just was. Madison approached her like someone walking up to a mirror that showed too much. You knew you could. Do that? She asked, voice lower now. No cameras around her, no filters. Emily didn't hesitate. Yes. The simplicity was a slap. Madison forced a breath. Why this? Why now? Emily looked past her into the open field where wind still danced across the tall grass. Then back to Madison. Because no one hears quiet people until they break the silence. A pause. Then Madison stepped back. She didn't apologize, didn't need to. The silence was the apology. From the press tent, an assistant ran across the field waving a clipboard. Emily, Kinetic Arms wants an interview. Can we get your socials? Another. CNN Local just called. Can we do a reaction reel? Another. You're trending nationally under Mockery Silent Sniper. You okay with press? Emily just shook her head. I didn't come here for that. She walked past the cameras, past the shocked faces, past her old status as a joke. The rifle thumped gently against her shoulder like a heartbeat. That night, the internet melted. Silent Sniper, Chacher Ghost Gun Legend. M24 resurrected clips of Emily's 1,000-yard shot went viral across platforms. A slowed-down montage of her breath, her trigger squeeze, the bullets whisper through wind. And then the Bullseye ping hit 12 million views in under 24 hours. Someone overlaid the audio with orchestral strings and rain sound. Another did it with heavy bass and flashing edits. One of them reached Joe Rogan's podcast. A sniper from the Marines tweeted, "Whoever trained her, let her train the rest of us." Even the National Rifle Museum reposted the clip with the caption, "Not forgotten, just waiting for the right hands." But Emily wasn't online. She was at the workbench behind the range, carefully dismantling the M24 again, cleaning each part, polishing the bolt, rewrapping the sling. The rifle had served. It deserved rest. Across campus, the Sniper Angels deleted their training videos from that week. Their next stream began with a new banner. "Back to zero, we've got a lot to learn." Madison didn't show her face for days. When she finally did, it was in a clip of her standing alone at the same firing line, wearing no makeup, holding a different rifle, a standard issue bolt action. The caption? "Day one, again." As for Emily, she returned to the shadows as quickly as she had emerged. She declined sponsorships, interviews, and fan pages. She refused to monetize the moment. When asked by the school paper why, she replied simply, "I came here to listen to the wind, not the crowd." Still, the echo remained. A girl with no camera, no fame, and no algorithm had fired 5 shots and shifted the weight of an entire institution. But she didn't take their spotlight. She earned the silence. And now the world was listening. They say the real shot isn't the one that hits the target. It's the one that changes the air. Long after the crowd had left, the echo of Emily's final ping still drifted through the range like a ghost that wouldn't leave. The school hadn't just seen a perfect score. It had witnessed a recalibration of its entire mythos. For days, Deadshot Division was unrecognizable. The bleachers were quieter. The cameras, fewer. The Sniper Angels? Still around, still practicing, but now without livestream overlays or sponsor shoutouts. They arrived earlier, stayed later, and most notably, listened more. Especially Madison. She showed up the next Monday, with no crew, no makeup, and a borrowed bolt-action rifle slung over her shoulder. She nodded to Emily across the range. Emily nodded back. Nothing more was said. They understood each other now, not as rivals, but as reflections. Kinetic Arms extended Emily a full-ride scholarship and a guaranteed internship with their long-range Ballistics Division. She accepted the internship, refused the media tour, asked for lab access and a workshop key instead. When the press came knocking, when talk show agents, podcast hosts, and branding firms emailed her with 6-digit offers for the Silent Sniper brand, Emily gave one answer: "I don't want to be a brand. I want to build things that work." So they moved on. But the legend didn't. The university created a permanent display in the division's main hall, right where the old, unused rifles used to hang. Centered inside a crystal case sat the restored M24. The stock, still worn. The sling, still frayed. The scope, still handmade. Beneath it, a simple engraved plaque: "The forgotten rifle and the hand that remembered. Fired by Cadet Emily Tran. 5 for 5. 2025. Deadshot Gauntlet." Students lined up to see it. Some came for the photo, others to understand. But a few stood longer, reading the plaque, looking past the wood and metal. Those were the ones who got it. Colonel Hayes retired that summer. In his farewell speech, he told only one story. No names, just, a girl came in with nothing but silence, and her silence was louder than all your scopes put together. When he stepped down, he left one note on his office desk, handwritten, one line: "Some bullets teach. Hers taught all of us." As for Emily, she kept showing up. Every Thursday, she volunteered in the freshman ballistics class as a silent assistant. She never lectured, but she'd tap a shoulder here, adjust an elbow there. She didn't give answers, only better questions. 1. Rainy morning. She found a freshman girl crying behind the equipment shed. Too small for the gear, too nervous, too invisible. Emily didn't ask what happened. She just knelt beside her, took off her own gloves and handed them over. "They're too big," the girl whispered. "They're supposed to be," Emily said. "You grow into them." That same week she stayed late with the girl, 3 nights in a row, helping her breathe through the trigger pull. On the 4th night, the girl hit 400 yards, then burst into tears. Emily just smiled and said, "Now do it again." That's how it was with her. No ceremony, no fireworks, just results, just quiet victories. And one day, someone else would hit 1,000 yards. Maybe it would be that girl. Maybe it would be someone who hadn't even picked up a rifle yet. But when they did, somewhere behind them, out of sight, out of spotlight, would stand Emily, watching the wind, teaching the silence, and remembering, legends don't shout, they aim and let the shot speak for itself. If this story moved something in you, a quiet part that's been waiting to be seen, or the still voice that says, "One day I'll show them," then stay. More stories like this are coming, of silence that turns into strength, of the overlooked, who become unforgettable. Follow the channel, not for noise, but for truth that lands like a shot you never saw coming. We're just getting started.